Hi everyone, welcome to another AWS lab session. These lab sessions will help you in your preparations for your AWS certification or in understanding the basics of the service which you are planning to implement in your next project. And this lab is about Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is a service for deploying and scaling web applications and services. Upload your code and Elastic Beanstalk will automatically handle the deployment. Now let's see how it works. We will create a simple web-based calculator using JSP code and deploy it into the Tomcat platform within Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, now let's begin by launching an EC2 instance where we will do the coding and load build. So let's begin by launching an Ubuntu instance. I'll go a little fast on this because all of you are aware of how to launch a simple EC2 instance. Let me give the name calculator because I'm going to install a simple web calculator. I'll use Ubuntu 22.04, that is okay. Instance types T2 micro. Key pair login, whichever you have already created you can use, or if you haven't created any key pair, you create a key pair and download it using this link. Regarding security group, you just need SSH traffic, so you can create a new one, or if you already have one, you can reuse that. I'm going to use one of the existing ones, and you can come down, and there is no other configuration you need to do. You can just click on a launch instance. It will take 2 to 3 minutes for the EC2 to become active. So let's pause the video till then. So our EC2 has become active, it is running. So let me log into that. For that you can click on this, click on connect, and then select SSH client. You can use this connection string to connect to the EC2. Copy that and open a terminal. And remember, you have to issue this SSH command from downloads folder where your key pair has been downloaded. Just paste it. Enter. You can see that we have logged into the EC2. Okay, good. So as a first step, let me set the host name. Sudo hostname ctl. Set host name. I'll set it as calculator. Okay, and if you exit and come back once again, that host name would have changed. You can see that host name is appearing as calculator. Now we need to install a few applications. Let us do that. Sudo apt update. And by the way, I will be providing all these commands in my cheat sheet so that it will be easy for you to refer to the commands and use it in your lab. So the apt repository is updated. Now let me install a few applications. Sudo apt install. We need maven, which will be our load build tool, and then we need wget to download some required files, and we will also need unzip to unzip some of the zip files. Enter. So all those tools have been installed. That is good. Let me just check which is the version of maven. Yeah, so any version is okay. This is just to ensure that maven is already installed. Let us also install AWS CLI. Sudo apt install AWS CLI. Okay, so AWS CLI has been installed. Now let me configure it. So it is asking for the access key ID, which I have already downloaded. Let me open the corresponding Excel sheet. Okay, I need to enter the access key ID. Let me copy that from the Excel sheet which I have downloaded from AWS. Now secret access key, again let me copy that. Let me check if it has worked. AWS S3 LS. Yeah, so it has worked. Now the code and the pom.xml file corresponding to this simple calculator web application is already uploaded to one of the S3 buckets. We have to download it from there. So let's do that. I'll be giving you all these commands in the cheat sheet, so you don't need to worry about noting it down right away. So I have downloaded a tar file which has all the code and pom.xml in the right directory structure. Paste. If you do ls, you can see that it has created this folder. Just go to calculator app. Just do ls. You can see that pom.xml is there, and if you go to src main web app, you can see the index.jsp here, and that has the code to implement a simple calculator. Let me just open it for a moment. So this is the code. Once you have access to this, you can go through that. We will not go through each and every line right now. Now let's build the war file. How do we do that? You have to issue this command mvn clean package. That's it. Build is successful. Just do ls. You can see that it has created a directory called target. Go to target and you can see the war file. Now this war file need to be copied into an S3 bucket. That's the next step. I have already created an S3 bucket. You can also create an S3 bucket and make it public. So let me upload it right away. Let me issue this command. Okay. So the war file is uploaded to an S3 bucket. We can quickly go to the S3 bucket trainings 2023 and check if the war file is uploaded. Let us go to S3. Okay, we are in trainings 2023. Go to for Beanstalk. You can see that the war file is already uploaded. That is good. Now the next step is to create an Elastic Beanstalk environment. We already have the code, or we already have the war file here. Go to Elastic Beanstalk. Go to Home. Click on Elastic Beanstalk. Create application. You can create a new application, calculator 101. Come down, select Tomcat platform. Platform branch and version, you leave it as default value. Application code is present in an S3 bucket, so you need to upload it from S3 bucket. Select upload, and here select public S3 URL. Now you need to copy the URL of the object. Go to this bucket, copy this URL, and come back here and paste, and then click on create application. Now creation of application in Elastic Beanstalk will take 7 to 8 minutes because you need to create that entire environment. You can observe each of the events here. I'll pause this video for next 7 minutes and I'll come back once the environment is ready. Okay, so the environment has been set up. You can see that here. Let us see if the application is working. Go to applications. You can see your application calculator 101. Click on that. You can see the health is okay. What we are interested in is the URL. Go there, right click and say open link in new tab. So this is our calculator, a simple calculator basically. So if you want to add say 100 plus 100, by the way this is nothing compared to the calculator which you have on your phone. This is just an application, simple application, right? And if you are dividing, please note that we are not using float. You can do some multiplications, 200 into 4 and see if it is correct. Okay, so it looks like it is working. Now, how can we deploy another version of this calculator? Basically, for example, I need to change the background color. Right now it is white, but I want to change the background color of this calculator. How do we go about that? So the first thing is we need to go back to our EC2 and make the changes in the code. So let me go there. It is not in target. You have to go to src main web app and you have the code here, index.jsp. Come down and this body background color let us change. Right now it is by default white color. So if you go here, let us put some text. which will change the background color. Okay, I have copied that line. Basically it will change the background to light blue. I'm saving it. Now go back to the root directory and again issue the command mvn clean package. It should create the war file. Okay, the war file is created. What is next? We need to upload this into the S3 bucket. The command for that is this. Okay, so it is uploaded. Now let's go back to Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, now what we need to do is we have to go to application versions. This time we don't need to install the entire environment. We just need to change the software. So go to application versions and here the source is already known. Source is the S3 bucket. What you need to do is you need to click on this and say deploy, because it is already, latest version is already available there. Deploy. Okay, it is deployed. Go to your application, refresh. You can see that the background has changed. So the application upgrade is that simple basically. So what next? Before we close this exercise, we need to clean up. We need to close the application and the environment so that there is no unnecessary building. Before we clear out the environment, I just want to go to the EC2 console and just want to show you that Elastic Beanstalk has actually created another EC2 instance which is part of the calculator 101 environment. You can see that. Similarly, it has created load balancers as well. This one is created by this Elastic Beanstalk. And there is an auto-scaling group as well it has created, which is created by this Elastic Beanstalk. Now we will go back to Elastic Beanstalk and then delete the environment. You can do two things. Either you can delete the application or you can delete the environment. If you delete the environment, the application will still remain here. After a couple of hours or after one day, if you want to come back and restart the application, you can do that. So basically you can delete the environment and keep the application there. Or if you delete the application, it will delete both the application as well as the environment. So let me terminate the environment, and this will also take a couple of minutes, but I'll issue the command and we will close this video. So please try this 2-3 times and just play around with the various menu items on the left side. For example, you can see the events, the list of events, you can see the alarms if there are any logs. Basically you can explore various menu items, and apart from changing the background color, if you want to change the text etc. in that calculator app, please try to change that. If you have any questions, please ask the questions in the comment box. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll come back with another video soon. Thank you. Bye.